Investigadores, estos en Perú, acaban de dar a conocer dos nuevas momias no humanas. Ellos, fíjense que extrajeron del mismo lugar del desierto de Nazca estas momias donde hace 7 años se dio el primer hallazgo. Médicos forenses analizaron y asombrados dicen que simplemente no son de nuestra especie. Liliana Choi tiene más.
Paloma y Antonio asombran al mundo. Tienen 3 dedos como otras momias exhibidas anteriormente, pero los ojos oblicuos y el tamaño de una persona adulta de baja estatura. Además, tras ser sometidas a una tomografía, quienes las estudian dicen que poseen órganos similares a los de un humano.
Se ve la estructura del cerebro.
Según sus investigadores, habrían vivido hace unos 1500 años, como según ellos reflejan pinturas rupestres alrededor del mundo.
Eran reales y que por un tiempo convivieron con los humanos.
El cirujano forense David Ruiz dice que Antonio tiene rasgos de haber sido posiblemente atacado.
Ha tenido una herida punzopenetrante que le ha roto la costilla en la parte izquierda del tórax. La parte izquierda le ha penetrado el tórax, el abdomen, el hígado y lo ha perforado completamente por dentro.
Los especialistas dicen que sorprende también que la momia Paloma supuestamente haya vivido, según los exámenes, hasta los 60 años, conservando rasgos que otras momias no tenían.
Es la primera vez que hemos encontrado un cuerpo desecado con cabello. Un cabello de características de colores cobrizos.
Joyce Mantilla, parte del equipo de investigación, dice que el 2025 supuestamente habrán nuevos hallazgos desde el lugar secreto del que han salido más de una decena de momias de especie desconocida en el desierto de Nazca.
Yo he aceptado las condiciones de las personas que custodian este lugar. Va a tener que ser con los ojos tapados, me van a llevar y cuando esté en el lugar, ahí recién voy a poder ver en qué lugar estoy y ver y registrar cómo ellos han podido encontrar y ser testigos de este hallazgo tan extraordinario.
El lugar exacto del hallazgo se mantiene en reserva, según él, para evitar que depredadores o profanadores acaben por destruir la evidencia de estos extraños cuerpos que podrían cambiar el rumbo de la historia. En Lima, Perú, Liliana Choi, Telemundo.
Qué interesante, muchísimas gracias, Liliana. Bueno, y a 7 años del primer hallazgo, a principios del 2025 se reunirán por primera vez científicos, académicos, congresistas de la República en Nazca, zona de los hallazgos, para discutir, entre otras cosas, si todas las especies encontradas podrían ser consideradas o no patrimonio cultural de la nación. Les mantendremos al tanto.
En Perú se han dado noticias extraordinarias y pues sí, también nuestro compañero, colega Joyce Mantilla ha estado pues muy cerca de todo lo que está ocurriendo allá en Perú y le voy a pedir, primero lo voy a saludar, él se encuentra en Lima, en Perú, lo voy a saludar y le voy a pedir que nos dé su reporte de todo esto que ha sucedido, que está cambiando o está definiendo ya el destino final que van a tener estos cuerpos, estos seres, muy pronto. Adelante, Joyce, ¿cómo estás? Un saludo para ti.
¿Qué tal, Jaime? Muy buenos días al público de No Humano. De veras que este año 2025 ha iniciado de una manera sorprendente con noticias que el público debe conocer. Pero otra cosa es ya que el Poder Judicial le esté diciendo al país y al mundo que el Ministerio de Cultura, como ven ahí, dice, no se verifica pericia a los resultados ni exámenes técnicos ni científicos para poder determinar cuanto menos si se trata verdaderamente de restos humanos. Lo que se está diciendo es que ni siquiera el ministerio tiene un solo peritaje para decir de que estas momias son lo que ellos dicen, que son humanos.
O sea, a ver, si nos quieres aclarar exactamente qué significa esto, más que los términos legales, ¿qué significa?
Que el Poder Judicial le está diciendo al Ministerio de Cultura que no sabe nada de las momias de Nazca, que no puede afirmar que se trate de humanos mutilados porque no ha podido acreditar nada, en absoluto. Y además, el Poder Judicial dice lo mismo que nosotros decimos desde hace muchos años. Se han basado solamente en el caso de María, se han basado en la ponencia dada desde su casa, quizá en pijama. Retrocede, por favor, Toñito. Por el licenciado Flavio Estrada. Se basan solamente en lo de Flavio Estrada, que él ha dicho que se trata de especímenes humanos que han sido alterados. Pero más abajo el Poder Judicial dice también que esas divulgaciones, a través de publicaciones, también se advierte que Estrada, y que al que presentan como única fuente de información, no ha examinado los cuerpos. Se lo está diciendo el Poder Judicial del Perú.
O sea, es lo que nosotros siempre dijimos, ¿no?
Exacto, pero ahora lo está diciendo de manera oficial en una resolución del Poder Judicial.
O sea, el Poder Judicial está diciendo al Ministerio de Cultura, no has investigado nada, por tanto no tienes derecho, en este caso, a levantar una acusación en contra de los académicos de la Universidad de Nazca, porque tus pruebas no son convincentes, no tiene prueba. Esto nos lleva directamente a la demanda, estimado Joyce. Esto nos lleva, o sea, con esto, la demanda que yo presenté, que yo siempre dije eso, si el Ministerio de Cultura no ha investigado estos cuerpos, ¿cómo se atreve a difamarme y a decir a nivel internacional que los cuerpos eran falsos? Entonces ahora esta demanda va a proceder. Y por otro lado, hay otra noticia muy importante, que es que tú estuviste ahí en el Ministerio de Cultura, estaban las imágenes, cuando tú te reúnes con ellos, como dices tú, con gente del tercer, cuarto nivel que no te quiso recibir o no, te invitaron ahí, pero no te recibió el ministro de Cultura, mandaron a alguien más, pero ahí están diciendo, cuando se le está solicitando, tu abogado solicita que presenten los resultados obtenidos en el hospital de Ica, donde el doctor Candia, creo que se llama, él hizo el análisis y determinó que los cuerpos no habían sido manipulados, que no estaban alterados, y ellos se niegan a presentar el resultado de los análisis que se hicieron por no convenir a sus intereses. ¿Es correcto?
Es correcto. Y aquí está el documento al que tú mencionas, Jaime. Eso lo presentó Jorge Flores, abogado del instituto, de la asociación que hemos formado, que se llama Perú Alterno, y le solicitan, ahí le envían este documento, porque él estaba solicitando copia de los informes médicos, científicos que le habían enviado del hospital de Ica, de las tomografías que le hicieron por pedido del Ministerio de Cultura a María. El público debe saber que en septiembre del año pasado el Ministerio de Cultura pidió a la Universidad de Ica permiso y colaboración para hacerle sus propias tomografías, rumbo a determinar si es patrimonio o no. Entonces, ya desde noviembre ellos tienen los resultados, pero no los quieren liberar, no los quieren entregar.
¿Qué es lo que dice ahí? Porque no conviene a sus intereses. A ver, ¿qué es lo que dice?
Claro, porque ellos tienen una estrategia legal todavía, pero ¿a qué se refieren? A la acusación que está en Nazca, a entregar los resultados de los peritajes que han hecho a la momia María y la demanda que tú presentaste en contra del Ministerio por difamación a nivel mundial, pues, ¿no? Porque en todos los medios te trataron, pues, como un embustero, ¿no? Sí. Bueno, lo mío tiene otro camino paralelo, pero todo se basa en esto. El Poder Judicial ya nos está anticipando que...
Oye, todavía estuvimos en el Congreso de Perú el 9 de noviembre y ahí se presenta Flavio Estrada y otro personaje ahí medio raro del Ministerio de Cultura, y todavía atacan y dicen y casi le dicen al señor John McDowell que él no sabe, ellos sí saben y él no sabe, mano. Un hombre que fue el presidente de la Asociación de Ciencias Forenses de Estados Unidos, dos tipejos, le dicen que no sabe, que ellos sí saben y él no sabe. Por Dios. O sea, híjole, creo que se les va a venir el mundo encima y se lo merecen. A ver cómo van a salir con esto de la demanda, a ver qué van a hacer. porque se está demostrando ahorita mismo el Poder Judicial de Perú está con un acto de honestidad absoluto, está diciéndole al Ministerio de Cultura, lo que hiciste no está bien, lo que hiciste fue levantar una demanda en contra de 2 académicos sin ningún fundamento, y no está diciendo ahí, pero lo va a decir, y atacarme a mí después de presentar estos cuerpos en el Congreso de México, diciendo que yo era un fraudulento, que yo era un embustero, y esto sirvió para que la Universidad aquí de México me siguiera difamando. Que ahí les viene, señores de la Universidad de México. Nada más estoy esperando la demanda de Perú que proceda para iniciar esta demanda en contra de ustedes por todo lo que me dijeron en una conferencia de prensa. Un grupo de astrónomos, por cierto, que no tiene nada que ver con la antropología, pero sí son buenos para insultar y para difamar, igual que pues la gente de Perú. Así es que se les está llegando el tiempo.
Ciao amici, buonasera a tutti. Finalmente ci siamo di nuovo. Saluti tridattili a tutti. Comunque è molto positivo perché hanno avuto questo riscontro con loro, perché tutto quello che abbiamo visto sull'archeologo Flavio Strada non riscontra il parere di tutti gli impiegati, diciamo, del Ministero di Cultura. Quando loro le hanno fatto vedere tutte le immagini di Maria e degli altri esseri, è venuto fuori, secondo racconta Joyce Mantiglia, che le archeologhe hanno detto: ma questo possono essere, mai si è parlato di extraterrestri, soprattutto, no? Diciamo questo.
Ma gli archeologi del Ministero cosa hanno detto?
Hanno detto, quando ho visto questo, hanno detto: ma questo possono essere un altro tipo di uomo, lo stesso che dice Corotov, potrebbe un altro tipo di essere di uomo,
ce la facciamo.
Sì, hanno detto
Quindi
questo.
ci riferisce Joyce Mantiglia che gli archeologi del Ministero, quando hanno visto, gli ha mostrato tutte le immagini, hanno detto ma possono semplicemente essere un altro tipo di umanità, quello che ha detto Korotov nell'intervista e quello che sostengono, ha detto Rangel nell'altra intervista, che effettivamente non ha mai detto che siano alieni gli scienziati. C'è qualcuno dei ricercatori che può pensarlo, come sostiene ad esempio Maussano o altri, però insomma gli scienziati non hanno mai detto che siano alieni, anche perché è impossibile dimostrarlo. Sì, c'era qualche altra cosa interessante?
Sì, bueno, poi quando hanno visto le immagini, i video, quando hanno scoperto che Montserrat era incinta, diceva, era indescrivibile la faccia dell'archeologo quando hanno visto questo, che faceva un po' ridere, che diceva Joyce che le archeologhe le hanno chiesto che da dove l'avevano trovata, no? Ovviamente loro sono archeologhi di recupero, volevano sapere dove era il posto. E l'avvocato gli dice: ma tu le hai risposto che non sapevi, vero? E lui ha detto: ma io non ho risposto solo questo, ho risposto che anche se sapessi con le coordinate precise del posto, visto come vi siete comportati con i professori e con tutta la presa in giro che avete fatto ai scienziati che stanno investigando il caso, non ve lo dirò mai, non me lo direi mai e me lo porterei alla tomba.
E dove il dottore che ha fatto l'analisi incaricato dal Ministero ha detto che la tridattili è originale in sostanza, non ci sono modificazioni. La novità di ieri, o di ieri credo, è che il Ministero di Cultura, che ha in mano quindi questa risposta di un medico incaricato da loro di fare le analisi su Maria e che conferma la tridattilia, il Ministero di Cultura cosa ha fatto? Ha classificato il documento peraltro che gira ed è pubblico.
Yeah, this is nuts, guys. But first of all, we'll start with the good news. Scientists studying alien mummies from Peru claim bodies are 100% real after new details emerge. This is from an article from the Daily Mail. Dr. Jose Zalce, former director of the Mexican Navy Medical Department, very credible guy, has analyzed 21 of the strange bodies, finding fingerprints, bone wear, dental formations, muscular features, and internal organs, proving they're 100% real biological organisms. He even claims some were pregnant. Well, he didn't claim they were pregnant. They were pregnant, including, of course, Montserrat. Very fascinating specimen among the Nazca beings, with a big golden disc in her head, human-sized, more or less, but with different physiology, including an elongated skull, with what would have been a larger brain. Being studied by credible scientists from around the world, from Japan, Canada, the United States, of course, South America, from all over, credible scientists, including Dr. John McDowell, who won the equivalent of the Nobel Prize in forensic science. The very man who Gary Nolan himself said is the exact sort of man we need, or person we need to be leading the charge in the investigation into the Nazca mummies. Okay, so getting to the classified part of this. This is from Jaime Maussan. The Ministry of Culture of Peru has classified the data derived from the radiological report of the tridactyl beings of Nazca, specifically Maria and Wawita, because it does not suit its interest. When the planet should know these results and begin a global study of these non-human beings. Hell yeah. And to some extent, they've already got this, but he's absolutely right. This needs to be front page news everywhere. The leading scientists in the world, we've already got one or two of them, but we need more of them, need to be on this in a huge public way. This is the biggest news basically ever in the history of the human race, or not, beyond the human race, that we are not alone. Not only are we not alone, but we have the bodies of those that we are not alone with. And some of those beings may still be with us, but they were certainly with the people of Peru thousands of years ago. Now, how long ago exactly? Well, apparently they're trying to classify that. The radiological report of the tridactyl beings of Nazca. You're a busy man, and we're going to do a short talk today, but I wanted to get your insight onto why the Ministry of Culture is classifying the radiological results of two of the Nazca mummies.
Because they say it's not good for their interest. As you know, I sued the Ministry of Culture and the government of Peru because they defamed me when they said that I had presented fake bodies at the Congress of Mexico. That's very, it's very bad, it's very grave, because as you know, you cannot lie in a place like that. And they said that I did. And then all the media around the world said that I had lied. I had presented something fake. And that's the reason I sued them. And they never had investigated the bodies. The first time they did was September last year, when they sent Maria. They asked the University of Ica to get the body of Maria for a few hours. They took it to the hospital, and in the analysis by Dr. Carlos Candia, he found that the body was real, that it has not been altered, and that proves that we said the truth, that the bodies are absolutely authentic. And since they got the results officially, they don't want to declassify that because it would make them guilty. And it seems that there is a way in the law of Peru that they can avoid to present this to the public, because that would prove that they had never investigated. A judge said that because the Minister of Culture had never investigated, they couldn't present charges against two of the academics, two professors from the University of Ica. Those professors were accused to be huaqueros or robbers, tomb robbers, and for 2 years they were challenged illegally. I mean, they wanted to put them in jail, and force them to release the bodies they had. Unfortunately, they didn't. And now the the prosecutors had to accept the resolution from the judge. And now that charge has been completely, finished. It's released. They don't have anything now to prove because they are now considered innocent people. And now, because of that, the lawsuit that I presented, very probably I will win this lawsuit, and this will allow me. What I really want is to have a permission, official permission, from the government of Peru to take the bodies out of Peru to universities in Europe and United States under the supervision of Dr. John McDowell, one of the best forensic experts in the U.S. He has accepted to direct this investigation. And we have the people in Peru, my friends, have 8 humanoid bodies, besides 3-4 of the small bodies. And we are going to take them all, and the heads and the hands and everything we have to all these scientists, and they will be able to investigate them and to come to the truth, because there is so much to investigate. The implants inside is technology that could prove just that these creatures are not from this earth, or they were created by creatures, by beings not from this earth. And this is why it's now more and more important, especially.
In my opinion, the evidence was overwhelming that these things were legitimate. And so I feel like I would be derelict in my, duty, I guess, if I didn't present this. So I don't expect anyone to take my word for it. I don't expect you guys to trust me. This is massive. But if you think there's even a 1% chance that these things could possibly be real, I truly do encourage you to investigate this yourself. The Ministry of Culture themselves tested one of these mummies, and they too confirmed that they were real living beings and non-humans. At this point, there are so many different groups and individuals that have personally inspected these mummies, and not a single one of them, not one of them, has come out and declared these things as fake. The list of credentialed professionals that have had involvement at this point is very, very long. Many of them have chosen to remain anonymous. There's a pretty long list of anonymous universities and individuals as well. These people who have the mummies, they have given an open invitation to any and all scientists to come and inspect these things themselves. You are free to go there. Even individuals without credentials, some have been able to go and inspect them. There is a U.S. team that just released their preliminary results, and their preliminary results were that we have been unable to find any evidence of forgery so far. Further testing is needed, right? Yeah, this is Maria. Let's take a look at this video here. The CT scan, you can see her brain. Her brain is still intact. The brain stem is still intact. All of the musculature, the soft tissue, it's all there. It's all there. By the way, leave questions in chat. I'll try and engage with chat and answer them. This is such a crazy topic. Again, I don't really know how to cover it. So, ask any questions. I've looked into this a decent bit. I should be able to answer a lot of them. Their bones are hollow, or at least the other species' bones are hollow. I'm not 100% sure if Maria's are hollow. They have metal implants. Montserrat was actually pregnant. Montserrat was pregnant and has a fetus inside of its stomach with 3 fingers and 3 toes. I don't even think I mentioned the 3 fingers and 3 toes yet. Again, this story is so crazy. There's so much to it. little difficult to cover, but they have 3 fingers and 3 toes, no thumbs, 0 thumbage, no opposable, just really long fingers with extra bones in their fingers. So we have 3 bones. Some of these mummies have 4, some of them have 5, but there's plastic surgeons that have inspected not only the hands, the entire things, and they find absolutely no sign of any manipulation. These weren't like 5-fingered hands that have been turned into 3-fingered hands. The bones are all proportional to each other. And again, all of the soft tissue is there on the CT scan. Like you can see the tendons running through the fingers. But not only are there these humanoid mummies, there's also insectoid mummies and reptilian mummies, like this Josephina here. Here's a picture of Victoria and some results from the makeup of the metallurgy of the implants, which seemed to be, like I said, pretty in line with what you would find in Peru at that time. Yeah, weird old world. It's a dangerous topic to cover, but when I finally did look into it, it really, the evidence truly is overwhelming. And again, don't take my word for it. I really beg all of you to look into this yourselves. I don't know how to react to this. I don't think I've processed this truly. Like, not only do we have proof of aliens, of ancient aliens, we have dozens of them. We've had dozens of experts investigate them. No one's come out and said they're fake. And there's been almost no coverage on this. And I don't think this is a coincidence. I actually think this is 100% deliberate. And I did something interesting. I notice patterns. I'm a pattern guy. I really pick up on patterns. And so one of the first things that occurred to me, I immediately went to Grok. As soon as I got an inkling that these things might be real, I went to Grok and I said, hey, Grok, can you put together a timeline of every single time new information on these Nazca mummies was released to the public? And it did so. And then I said, hey, Grok, can you also put together a timeline of increased UFO reporting in the news? And it did. And then I asked it, hey, Grok, is there a correlation between these two, lists? And it went, yes, there is a very clear and obvious correlation. So I think that all of this UFO stuff, I don't know about you, it just hasn't rung true to me. It hasn't resonated with me. I think it's not resonating with a lot of people. I can't necessarily fully explain my reasoning why I think it's all bullshit, but I do. I think it's all bullshit. I trust my gut. My gut has a pretty good reputation, and my gut's been telling me that there's just not really anything here with all of this disclosure from the governments and the UFO stuff. And I'm sure there's something there, right? Secret government programs or something, but it just hasn't rung true as actual disclosure. It hasn't felt like actual aliens to me. Something felt off. And I think a lot of people are recognizing that, and a lot of people are feeling that. And I think all of this bullshit is actually to cover up the real aliens that we really, truly have. These things are out there in the public. There's been, like I said, open invitations to investigate these things. These files are online for people to look at. And yet they have managed to do an excellent job at keeping people oblivious to this. I mean, even in the UFO communities, this is totally written off. It's laughed at. People go, oh, so you're wasting time with this bullshit? We've got orbs. Well, no, they're quite effective at running psyops, and you're wasting time on their bullshit. We've got bodies. We've got real bodies, and a lot of them. Yeah,